Morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. Our job is to provide energy to the last mile. And I hope I bring some more energy to the room. We are a solar organization, but I'm not going to talk about solar. That we can learn better from you. Let's look at the bigger picture. Let's look at the bigger picture. We are going to solve the pressing challenges that India faces, and let's have a look at the solutions that we have for it. Sitting over here, we have access to electricity. Now imagine your life without electricity. It's going to be difficult, right? Every mundane activity is going to be difficult. 100% of rural India is electrified, yet only 600 million people do not have access to reliable source of energy. Now let's look at Shamuli Sarkar. She is from Sundarbans. She is a Zari worker. She was not able to earn too much till we came up with solar microgrids, and then she was able to double her income, not only just double her income, but also provide better education to her son. They are the first generation to get electricity. Now imagine there is an operation going on and there is a power outage. Imagine the fate of the person. Yes, it is true. It has happened in a UP district hospital where there was a power outage when a major critical operation was going on. The diesel genset stopped working and the doctors were at their wits of how to handle the situation. So what they did, they took out their mobile lights and they conducted the operation. Imagine the fate of the person lying on the operation table. None of us in this room want to be in that kind of a situation. And hence, we came up with a solution. We solarized the rural healthcare centers to give a better perspective to the patients. And here is our beneficiary speaking about.
Now we have the solar system, and that actually attributes to our many of our operational needs of the machine. So now what we have, the 10 kV is used for the sonography, and we have a water pumping system, and many of the lights, then fans, and then mainly now the oxygen concentrators are running upon this power supply. We have now stopped using the generator to a great extent. Otherwise, for every now and then we had been putting on the generator, and long time we had to run generator, especially for sonography and all. Now with this, we keep the machine on, but then we don't need to keep the generator on.
Ours is an agrarian society, yet 1 out of 3 pumps that is used for irrigation is a diesel pump, which creates so much smoke. And not only that, it creates a burning in the pocket of a farmer. Our solution to it is solar water pump. Let's look at the video.
There's a severe lack of reliable energy in rural India. And there are 10 million diesel pumps running just for irrigation purpose. Either farmers are having to depend just on monsoon's rain-fed crops, or they are having to buy expensive and polluting diesel gensets to meet their irrigation needs, which is taking up 30% of their overall expenses.
Around 80% of women are in agriculture. However, only 13% of them have land holdings, which disables them to have loan access.
One of the biggest environmental impacts is by replacing expensive and polluting diesel with solar, and through which we estimate till date we have reduced 7,600 tons of greenhouse gas emissions. The future of energy for agriculture is decentralized distributed energy generation through solar, because it's practically not possible to extend the grid lines everywhere. And that's how solar can play a transformative effect to change the entire landscape of
rural India. So now I would like to call upon Piyush to look deeper into it.
Thank you. So you're a huge inspiration for us. And each one sitting in this room is doing such incredible work, and that really motivates us to dream big. पर कोई भी बड़ा काम सोचने के लिए अपने गांव के साथियों को तो साथ में लेके चलना होगा ना. And that's what at Adani we really understand the role of infrastructure has towards nation building. And we are over here to build that infrastructure for the last mile. We've developed some innovative technologies that look at providing solutions across the development spectrum. We are also making it more smart, integrating IoT. But here, making the product is only a small part of the problem. What we look to do is really how we are able to effectively reach to the last mile and serve the bottom of the pyramid. And one of the main problems, as we've all encountered with solar, is the after-sale service, and especially when it goes to rural areas. So how we are being able to train technicians at a local level that is able to provide cost-effective and quick service. And particularly, we look to see how we can make it more affordable, because our main goal is how we can make solar affordable and accessible to the underserved population. And that's where, let's take the case of some examples. It's not possible for a farmer to immediately buy an expensive capex for a solar pump. So we get a rural entrepreneur who's operating the pump and selling on a pay-per-use basis. Similarly, we create different joint liability groups, so there's not one burden on a particular family, and that gets spread out, and that group also becomes a little bit more bankable. Now, can we imagine how many of us would be able to afford a car if there was no loan available? Very few of us. So can we expect that the farmer will be able to get a loan for a solar pump or a solar system? And if we go to a branch manager, the branch manager will say, "Arey Baba, ये तो बहुत रिस्की है, पता नहीं चलेगा नहीं चलेगा क्या होगा, उसके ऊपर में इनके पास तो पैसे ही नहीं है, मेरा लोन का रिकवरी होगा कि नहीं होगा, मैं तो नहीं देता हूँ भाई इस पे लोन." So what does the farmer do? And that's how our innovative financing models, wherein we've leveraged first loss default guarantee corpus, with which we've tied up with multiple banks that are giving loans. Also, these group models are making them more bankable. So we're working on different ways with integrating different government subsidies and then the loan is on the balance amount of the system. So those are different financial innovations that really make it much more affordable. So I would like to talk more about our impact stories that we've done for different things. So especially when it comes to agriculture and livelihoods, our main goal is how we can achieve more crop per drop, along with doubling farmers' income. And with that, I would just like to share a small snippet of what the farmers have
তো অতদিন আমরা জল উঠাতে পারছি না, সময়ে তেল কিন্তু মানে পয়সা জুটতো না। তো এই সোলার বসার পর এটাতে তো আর তেল লাগছে না, তাহলে এটাতে মানে সূর্যের তাপেই মানে জলটা উঠছে, ততদিন চলছে না, এবারে চলছে। এই সোলারটা বসার পর আমাদের এখন চলছে। তো জলটা ওঠার পরে আমরা সেই অতটা পয়সা মানে খরচা হচ্ছে না, ঠিক আমরা মানে চাষ ব্যবহার করছি, ওইখানে থেকে আমরা ফসল বিক্রি করে ওইখানে থেকে আমাদের কিছুটা মানে পয়সা।
Especially when it comes to health, we saw the video. It's absolutely mission critical. And when it comes to saving lives, there are absolutely no shortcuts, I would say rather power cuts. So we don't just stop at setting up a solar rooftop system in a rural health center. We go about with better load optimization, replacing the energy efficient, making the less energy efficient guzzlers to more equipments. So let's take the example over here. We've installed a DC fridge for vaccine storage and other critical drug storage that is able to significantly reduce their power consumption by 60%. Similarly, in the other picture, we've changed to all the BLDC fans and LED lights. And with all this, with better load management, able to reduce the size of the system and provide better output. Along with that, we all understand that there are so many diseases which are waterborne. So along with the solar pump, we combine the purification unit, which can serve at a community level. And that's what is able to serve, we are able to serve lakhs of clean drinking water to people in various parts of different villages. And we know that Adani is the biggest manufacturer of solar modules, and I'm sure there would be some modules that would not be able to meet the quality standards. And if those can be recycled into our ecosystem, your waste can become our wealth and it can actually save people's lives. So there are so many synergies that could be explored over there. Particularly when we talk about communities, we normally, when we go to a village, initially we meet two kinds of people. One would say, अरे ये सोलर काम करेगा, ये सब मशीन वशीन इतना इक्विपमेंट चला पाएगा, इसमें है क्या क्षमता है क्या? और देयर इज द अदर वन हु वुड से, अरे ये तो काम ही नहीं करता है, कौन इंस्टॉल करके चले गया, थोड़ा दिन में खराब हो गया, फोन करते रहो, सर्विस सेंटर में कोई आता नहीं है, पता नहीं इसका क्या करे, तो इसको तो उठा के ले जाओ. So there's such a big trust deficit. And what we do is just bridge that gap. We do a lot of on-ground activation activities, and of course, our existing then customers become one of our main mascots, and also look to leverage on digital platforms. And with that, we've been able to deploy various community level solutions. We've set up more than 250 solar model villages, and the microgrids not only power households, but also the micro enterprises and the village community centers along with the village hearts. Along with that, can we imagine that we're walking in an absolute pitch darkness lane where there's no street lights? So just something as simple as solar street lights and high mass systems powered by solar, they're able to just bring a much more cohesive atmosphere in the village. Women have started to feel more safe, come out, be more productive, and having a more catalytic effect. When we talk about education, it's all about building the future generation. And we've partnered with various different institutes to solarize rural educational institutes, schools and colleges. And with that, along with that, we go much beyond, but before that, just wanted to share a clip.
ইলেকট্রিসিটি তো একটা বিরাট প্রবলেম হবে, তাই না? কয়লার ক্রাইসিস হবে, কয়লার ক্রাইসিস হলে তাপবিদ্যুৎ থেকে ইলেকট্রিসিটি উৎপাদন বন্ধ হয়ে যাবে। সেই সমস্ত ক্ষেত্রে এইটা তো আর কোনোদিন বন্ধ হবে না। এটা বন্ধ হয়ে যাওয়া মানে সান যেদিনে চলে যাবে আমরা সবাই চলে যাবো, তাহলে আমাদের আর কোনো এনার্জির প্রয়োজন হবে না।
So what we do is that we also operate a government-approved technician training center. We conduct 3-month, 1-month training programs, and that is what is deployed across in various different villages that we work in. We also have a lot of much more exciting and integration and catch them young, having some fun workshops, taking them for exposure visits, and just being able to build our community. So over the last 12 years, we've impacted 1 million lives spread across 13,000 villages. And in the next 5 years, we want to scale that from 1 million to reaching out to 10 million. And we've identified 4 different pillars in which we can grow. We definitely seek support and blessings of the Adani Group, on explore different synergies from product development to how we can integrate our solutions in the interventions of the foundation to various different group companies and really take this ahead. And just like this, we need many more. There are many more Shamoli Sarkars here in the villages that are wanting appropriate solutions that can take them up the energy ladder. So I just hand it over to Shweta to summarize.
We started with a dream to solve India's most pressing problems, and we realized that the poor are in poverty because of lack of reliable energy, and that is where we came. Behind the heart and soul of ONergy lies a fierce commitment to empower lives with solar solutions and make a more equitable and sustainable Bharat. Thank you so much. For this, we require your blessings.